Hi, friends. How are you today? I know we've been going through a lot of rough stuff, huh? And that's okay. We're doing our best, and that's all we can do is our best. And we need to remember that as we continue to go each day, remembering to stay grounded, remembering our practice, remembering what we're here for, right? And to be kind, to be caring about other people, which is so very important, right? And today I thought I'd do an impromptu card pull and readings. And I do have the new cards here as well. But, if you haven't seen the Serenity Whispers deck, I have that one here as well. And this is the Serenity Whispers deck. And you can see some of those there. And on the back of the card is a wonderful lotus as well there. And these have some guidance on each one of these cards. And I still have a few decks left, just a few decks left of these. And then the ones that I really love are these new ones, the winter solstice ones. I just love how the design came together on the back. I was really inspired by that. I saw this in my mind, and I was able to get it to come together. And then certainly all the cards on the back here. Whoops, we got a instruction card there. We don't need that one. And so these cards are a little different. They still have the message on the card, but then each one has an affirmation at the bottom as well. And so you could work with these cards. There's actually a journal that can go with these cards that you can use. And I have different ways that you can use the cards in that journal, doing a card spread, uh, reflections that you can work with as well too. So as we're looking at this idea, well, why do we use these oracle cards? Why do we do this? Why do we look at our inner wisdom? Well, they're tools. Oracle cards are tools, just like any other tool that we may have. Meditation, as you know, I've been a long time meditation practitioner and teacher, whether it's yoga, whether it's sound healing, as you know that I do too, whatever it may be, crystals, aromatherapy, all these different ways, energy healing, Reiki, all these different things can help us on our journey. Our inner wisdom is there within us, it's always with us. And we can forget at times that our inner wisdom is there, especially when we're going through a lot of turmoil as we've been going through this last week. But we can receive guidance to our way forward. And you can look at these cards as a message to you as to how you can connect and remember what you need to remember right now as you're going through it. It's a very unique way of working with inner wisdom, and I've been working with inner wisdom for about 30 some years, probably even before that when I was a child. And so, working with inner wisdom can be various methods. Now, some people may use tarot cards or runes, even journaling, where you're speaking to your spirit guide back and forth. Certainly, meditation, we can have that connection with our spirit guide, whoever that may be. A lot of times I call mine spirit or even universe. But delving into this type of practice, we can really look at the depth that can be present, can help us to think a little bit more by sparking that inner wisdom a little bit more, sparking the flame that is within us, and maybe unlocking the door, so to speak, as well too, of our higher self. So you may call it a spirit guide, spirit, universe, higher self, God, even maybe Buddha, maybe you have another entity or being, that angels, what have you, that you may connect to. And so I know in my experience, I've had very empowering lessons, whether it is with the cards or with other ways as well. And I've been teaching people how to connect with their inner wisdom for many, many years. And it's not really that hard to do. A lot of it is our blockages that we have that will receive some insight. Now, many times you probably have got that gut instinct. Like that's why they call it that. It's because we can feel it right in our gut, right? What that may be. And we know, well, maybe I shouldn't take this left turn, or maybe I shouldn't walk down that hallway, or maybe it's been for good, like a job that we found or a place that we moved to. It could be anything, someone we met and feeling blessed by that. So there's power in tuning into our personal intuition, you can call it our inner GPS system, if you will, and it's uniquely ours, it's ours. And can be unfiltered by the interpretations of others. And even though I do work with people one-on-one, helping them to gain whatever the cards are speaking to them, I like to kind of interact with people and see what that card is standing for them in the moment. I mean, I can share certainly wisdom, but we do have the ability within us, and that's what's so powerful, is that we have the ability within. So it's really a journey of trust, of letting go of what, and allowing for another option, if you will, come to mind. And there's many insights and revelations that come forward when we do this. So today I'll lead you through a little bit of a meditation. If you are here live, I can do some card pulls and that. And if nobody's here live and I'm just talking to my higher self here, I'll pull some cards and show what those may mean. What those may mean to me in the moment. What perhaps maybe you agree and they mean the same thing to you. So as we get settled here, let's just do some grounding and taking some deep breaths. And feeling the roots extending from our feet, maybe from our spine into the earth, helping us to really connect, be grounded, affirming that connection within us in the present moment. And the interpretations and insights that we may draw today from these cards are uniquely ours. We're going to reflect our personal experiences, our feelings. So as we are here, taking a moment to be settled in, taking some nice breaths. You can imagine a sphere of light surrounding you, protecting you, and connecting you to your higher consciousness. And this light does represent your intuition, the inner voice that guides you through life's journey. So in this state of deep connection and openness, let's hold the intention to receive guidance from the oracle cards that I'm about to draw. Whether you have a specific question in mind or just seek general insight, just trust that what is pulled today will be there for you in this moment. It's what you need. In this moment, it always is that way. So I'm going to take the Serenity Whispers cards. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle those. And then I'm just going to spread them out and just allow my hand to just go over that. So I think I'm going to pick one here on this side. I'm just going to put it down in front of me. And then I'm going to pick 3 here. I think this one on the end is the other one. So this is a 3-card pull. This is past, present, future. So when we're looking at this past card, this is what we're moving from. We're coming from this. And this one in particular is breaking chains. As you can see there, you can see the chains are broken and the light is behind those chains. And I really love this image that I created for this. And so it says, release the hold of the past to embrace the freedom of now. Let go of past burdens and free yourself to move forward. So what is it that's holding you back? Right? So if I look at with myself, breaking those chains, breaking the way I have done things in the past, maybe with relationships, maybe even the way I do my work, changing up some of those things, releasing what is no longer needed, maybe things that have held me back. What has held me back? Perhaps my opinions, my judgments have held me back, thinking I know, wanting to be right. That can really bind us, right? When we think we know, when we know that we're right. Oh my gosh, I'm really getting that. It's like something for me to look at. Because even though I'm very grounded, 99% of the time, I would say, there are times where I can be opinionated and know when I want it, right? And so this card is telling me to break that chain, let that go, because as we come into the present moment now, I'm looking at the harvest moon. Harvest moon, and certainly we can see the beautiful moon in this watercolor here, and to reflect on what you've achieved and prepare for what's next. I'm telling you, I did not set these cards up at all. So it's interesting. The one does talk about the past, and the other one is talking about reflect on right here and now and for what's coming. And the guidance is the harvest moon shines on the fruits of your labor, celebrating progress and transition. So what can you celebrate today that you've done already? It's done. But what can you celebrate now? The fruits. What gifts have you received from what you've done? Well, for myself, maybe being open to something new. I'm always open to something new. Some of you know me pretty well. Always, I call my favorite word, as a lot of you know, is experiment. I like to experiment. And so creating these cards was one of those experiments between, the Serenity Whispers that I did over the summer and then the winter solstice ones. It was an experiment. I didn't know how it was going to unfold. I didn't know what the response would be like either with that. And can I allow the moon to just shine on me in this? Can I accept that light, that shimmering light, to bless what it is that I create and to let go of anything that I think should be a certain way? Right? So it's releasing the chains, right? Breaking those chains, being here, celebrating what I've done so far and where I am, whatever that may be, personally, professionally, etc. What can we do to prepare for what's next? Right? How can I prepare myself? Now, we know a lot of things are going on, right? That may be holding us back from opening up to seeing the impermanence. That was the meditation actually this morning. And unfortunately, the I had a glitch with the microphone, so the recording didn't take, but I'm going to do it on Monday. I'm going to do it again for Monday's class. And what we took from that was everything is impermanent. Our breath, the thoughts that we have, the sensations that we have, the emotions that we have, they're always shifting, flowing. And so we flow with that as well. And that's what brings us through with the transitions. And even though I know some of us are really hurting right now in relation to what happened a week ago with the election, how can you prepare yourself? And you've heard me talk about keeping yourself grounded, doing your practices, and then having the emotions that you need to have, right? Those are important. But then how can I take those emotions and turn them into something good? Standing up for justice, doing whatever it takes in that matter, right? Whatever it takes. So as we look at the future card, and the future card is grounding. So here we are, we're looking. So breaking those chains, reflecting on the progress. And now here I am connected to the earth. And we started off with the meditation in that way, right? Connecting our roots, being connected to the earth. Because what does grounding bring? As it says of the guidance here, is grounding brings stability and clarity. Stability and clarity. And this is why it is so important that right now we are doing whatever practices that we can, whatever modality that we can, to keep ourselves grounded so that we can have the clarity to do whatever it is that we need to do. Myself included, right? Because I started talking about some of this was related to me, but probably it's related to you as well. So how can I, right, let go of what has gone before, right? And the chains that I've had on my mind, my opinions, right, on what has occurred, even a week ago, right? Coming into, okay, preparing for what's next. I've worked hard, right? Doing my practices, celebrating my progress, ready for that transition. And we don't know what's going to happen, right? Nobody can predict what's going to happen. But if I stay connected, my feet on the ground, right? Extending my roots into the earth's core, practicing brings stability and it brings clarity. So then I can make the decisions that I need to make, right? Because I've heard so many, online, people talking about moving to another country and running here and running there and going to fear. Fear is not going to save us. Yes, we need to be wise. We need to do wise things. We need to do whatever it takes, but not allowing fear to run the show. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to allow fear to run the show. So we want to stay grounded in that. So if anybody does want me to pull some cards for them or a card for them, I can certainly do that. But as we're waiting for any of that, I will share with you the Winter Solstice deck, and I will be doing 21 day, starting December 1st, I'll be doing 21 days with the Winter Solstice deck. And you don't have to have the deck, but you might want to have it because I am charging $21 to take part in the 21 days. And the cards are $29.99, including shipping, either deck. I still have plenty of the Winter Solstice decks right now. So if you want to get a hold of that, Peaceful Wellness .institute. And I'm trying to see if I had that up on here to post. Well, it was here. Here, let me change this. Oh, no. Yeah, here, let me change this one. And then that way you can see. There we go. So I will save this. There we go. Peaceful Wellness Institute, show you that. There you go. That's where is it? Peaceful Wellness Institute. That's where you can get the cards. Somebody's waiting for a challenge here. You want me to pull for you, Chris? Just let me know. I know there are a few seconds behind from the time I speak to you here, and then I see your response as well too. But I'm going to go ahead and let's pull some cards here. Well, I'm looking at the cards. I don't want to do that. So here, join with me in this energy right now, and let's pull some cards. Okay, here's one. And then I'm going to put that other one back that popped out. But sometimes I keep the card out and then it popped out. There's two. And I'll show you two. I got a glimpse of the one. And then the third one. Which is interesting. The third one is the one that I accidentally saw when I did this. So I see you answer me, Chris. So just give me a little bit here. I'm going to go through these cards and then I can pull some cards for you. So the first one is the solstice sun. Solstice sun. Let me show you that too. Oh, there we go. Solstice sun. And as the sun, I can't say what my bifocals. As the sun returns, so does light into my life. I welcome the renewal of energy, hope, and joy, trusting that each new cycle brings opportunities for growth and happiness. So like I said, these cards have an affirmation on them. So the solstice sun, so the sun is always present. As we know, at the end of the day, the sun goes to sleep, the moon rises, but it always comes back again. And so that's something that we can trust. We may not be able to trust in a lot of things right now, but we can trust that the sun is always going to rise because that is our past experience with the sun. And so the second card that I pulled was universal healing. Don't you think that's so interesting that we're pulling universal healing today? And I am a channel. We are a channel. I am a channel for universal healing. My actions contribute to the restoration of peace and wellness in the world, nurturing the planet and all its inhabitants. Yes, you're part of the universal healing process. We have to be ready. We have to be ready. We are channels for this. So we have to be ready. And let's even just do a little bit of Reiki here. Universal life force energy healing. I've trained in a couple different things. And let's just hold that space for the world. As you saw that image, it was a picture of the earth with the light, just the sunlight, just rising above it. If you'd like to join me in this, please do. We send universal healing to the entire world, not just the United States, but the entire world, all beings on the planet. May they be happy. May they be well. May they be safe. May they be peaceful and at ease. And so as we do this, we're doing this universal healing in the present moment. Where does this bring us? This brings us to sacred silence and the Buddha sitting in the snow. So in the sacred silence of meditation, I find clarity and peace like the Buddha in the snow. I sit in stillness, embracing the profound tranquility that nurtures my soul. So once again, clarity. Isn't that interesting? We received it in the other deck that if we do the work, we will have clarity. And sitting in stillness certainly brings us that as well. So I want to go on because Chris wanted me to pull some cards. Chris, which deck would you like me to pull from? And I know I'm going to have to wait a few seconds here because I have both decks here, both of my decks here. I have tons of other decks from other people. as well. Right now, theirs are all over at the studio. But if you are interested in either deck, either the Serenity Whispers deck, right, or the Winter Solstice deck, you can get those at peacefulwellness.institute. And also the Winter Solstice cards, we have um, uh, like a workbook journal that you can use for your cards too. And I just see that Chris did answer me. I'll just pull one card for you from the winter deck. And I know, Chris, you ordered this deck. So here we go. I know I didn't spread it out this time, but gentle awakening. Gentle awakening. So that's your card, Chris. So I probably should have made the type just a little bit bigger for me, right? Each new dawn brings a gentle awakening. Well, see, we just talked about that, right? We talked about how the sun rises every day, and there's that gentle awakening every single day, enriching my spirit and expanding my understanding. I embrace this quiet growth, allowing it to unfold naturally and beautifully. So, Chris, each day you are coming into that gentle awakening. You can release what has gone the day before, right? Just like when I did the past, present, future. Come into that awakening. Embrace that. Embrace the light as it touches you. And how can you take that light forward? Not only for yourself and into the day, but also taking that light forward to shine it on everyone, right? Bringing that healing energy and power that we each have, right? Embracing my spirit, embracing that spirit. And when I have those times, or when you have those times, I should say, because when I speak for one, we speak for all, right? Because we can all resonate with this. So, Chris, when you do that, when you embrace that, holding on to that beauty of who you truly are, remembering it, bringing it to mind whenever you forget, knowing that you are that radiant child of the universe, and that your gifts and talents don't go unnoticed. And we don't rush to waking up to enlightenment. It is, as the card says, it's a very gentle awakening, and I hope you experienced it that way, that you don't have to rush. Take your time. Take your time in all the work that you do for yourself and that you share with others, because I know you do share your work with other people. And know that it comes. The sunrise, it's not like we turn on a light switch, right? The sunrise comes up slowly, just as it sets slowly. So remember that in your life, that it may take time to awaken. And each day is a brand new day in that. Unfolding naturally and beautifully. Yeah, that was the other part of the card. So thanks, Chris, for asking for that today. And if there's anyone else, I'll just wait another few minutes and see if anyone else would like a reading for today. And certainly I do. You were so welcome. You were so welcome. I just saw your little message there, an emoji. And I do one-on-one readings. I can do it on Zoom. I can do it in person. So anyone here in Madison, you may be listening as well. And I add a little bit of sound healing to it as well. and meditation. So it's about a 35-minute session. And we go through it a little bit more. I do 4 card spreads. I do other spreads as well. But this is just like a sample of 3. The 3 card spread, well, I did the one for you, Chris. But the 3 card spreads, the 3 card spreads that I did that for our little retreat, our day-long retreat that we had. And yeah, everybody got like 3 cards, but usually I do like a four card, and we'll talk a little bit more and kind of dive in a little bit deeper as well too. But hopefully this has started to maybe spur some insights, like with Chris with the general awakening, maybe that's spurring some insights that you want to, jot down and reflect on and journal within. That's important too, is to take that time to sit with it. And maybe sometimes we don't get the answer right away that we want, we think we need, or I gotta have it now. We're in this instant society, right? Where fast food society, where we get it now, but we have to trust the process. Trust the process and think about, well, how does cards, how does this apply to me now? How does this speak to me now? With maybe the intention or the question that I had in mind, and just continue to trust what's offered. So, my friends, let's take a nice deep breath together. And grounding ourselves again. And I express my gratitude to you for joining me for this little impromptu session that I did today. And I'm glad to do this. I'm glad to step away from helping to move my daughter. We still have one more day of items to move tomorrow, but I'm certainly glad to help her and see her launch and have a beautiful apartment and a wonderful life and that. And but I'm also glad to just kind of take some time to do this and to spend time with you. And I hope to be able to do more of that as well. So again, my friends, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're interested in any of the card decks, you can find them at peacefulwellness.institute. And I can't put up a picture of, this is the winter solstice. I just took this over at the studio. Actually, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday morning. I have the lapis crystals there, as well as the cards spread out. And it comes with a roll-on. Both decks come with a roll-on. And I just had some crystals there beside it as well. So I hope, if you're interested in getting that or getting the workbook, peacefulwellness.institute. So thanks again, my friends. May you have a blessed rest of your day.